January 6th, Hammer Time. The committee is hearing from people. Some may or may not be telling the truth. What say you?
I believe it was Harry Doyle in the movie Major League who once said, and I quote, "In case you haven't noticed, and judging by the attendance, you haven't, the Indians have managed to win a couple of games." Well, in terms of the January 6th committee, Coach, in case you haven't been paying attention, and judging by the ratings, you haven't, nobody cares. Nobody cares about this thing right now. The only people that give a blue flying rat's ass about the January 6th committee are those in Washington, D.C., because the violence actually happened in their community. You know, ask anybody across America about the Summer of Love in 2020. They'll tell you it was way worse. And the people who hate Donald Trump. That's all this is about. This has nothing to do with finding the truth or our democracy almost came down. You're telling me a nation with the largest military almost had their democracy brought down by a moron in a Viking hat? I find that incredibly hard to believe. So the whole January 6th committee, it's designed to make Donald Trump look bad. And listen, maybe it's working, but I don't think it's moving the needle on people across the country. You talk about the biggest issues people are having in this country right now, you won't find January 6th. And that's not me speaking. That's a poll that was released by CBS earlier yesterday. Top 3 things that people cared about in this country, nowhere to be found, was January 6th. What you did find was gas prices, inflation, crime in major cities. Those were 1, 2, and 3. You didn't find abortion. You didn't find January 6th. But that's all you're going to see. If you subscribe to some of these liberal rag newspapers like the New York Times or the Washington Post, or if you turn on MSNBC, CNN, it's wall-to-wall January 6th. It's unbelievable that this is all designed because they're scared to death Donald Trump may run again, and they want to use all of these clips and campaign commercials against Donald Trump. Whether it's Joe Biden, I still have a hard time believing he's actually going to be the guy and runs again. Whether it's Kamala Harris, whether it's Hillary Clinton, their big dream is Michelle Obama, whoever it may be. All of this stuff right now that's happening has nothing to do with finding the truth or our democracy coming down. It's to make the big bad orange man look bad and to hype up a star witness and bring up there Cassidy Hutchinson, the chief of staff of Mark Meadows. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. We follow this kind of stuff closely, but I think we're in the minority. Most people around the country don't know who the hell Mark Meadows is, let alone his chief of staff and his assistant. And literally just a couple of hours after her testimony, it was debunked by multiple people. You've got Secret Service agents that are requesting to go on the stand under oath for the January 6th committee, but they're not going to do that because they're not serious people. I spoke to a number of lawyers the last 48 hours about what we're seeing with January 6th. And I asked them, hey, is this testimony from Mark Meadows, chief of staff? Is this a damning thing? Is this the smoking gun, as MSNBC would call it? All of these attorneys, and again, some of these guys are pretty liberal, will tell you that if you're being 100% honest, anytime you're trying to have a trial, and that's really what this is, if there's no adversarial component to it, it's a nothing burger. And that's what this whole thing is. It became a nothing burger when they wouldn't let Representative Jim Banks, Representative Jim Jordan on the January 6th committee. It's not like they were asking these guys to put together a one-night stand-up comedy show. They just wanted to be part of the committee, and they were told no. So that tells you all you need to know about this. It's a show trial. It's ridiculous, and nobody's watching it. Nobody cares. It's only designed to make the orange man look bad.